What's up, gamers? This is Adam with Grew Up Gaming, and I wanted to get a weekly news roundup video out. There's been a lot of things that happened this week between PS5, Xbox Series X, big Halo bomb. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell to get notified when a new video drops. But let's get right into it. So earlier this week, Phil Spencer made a appearance on Gary Whitta's Animal Talking podcast, which is hilarious and awesome. I suggest you check it out. And he had some reactions to the big bomb that 343 dropped about Halo Infinite being delayed into 2021, which of course made a lot of rumblings in the gaming industry. And he had some comments on the delay itself. I personally think that, it is the right move, especially after, the unveiling that they did and people's reactions to the way the game looked and stuff like that. He kind of gives a pretty honest answer, a little PR here, which I'll let you guys watch and listen to. But at the end of the day, I think they had to do this. And I think Phil Spencer made the right call. I think he probably did make the call himself. They make some references to the pandemic, but let's go ahead and take a listen.
Let me start just by recognizing the fans and the fact that it is a bummer, as you said. And I know it's disappointing to people. It's disappointing to us. We were looking forward to the alignment of Halo and the launch of Series X as a really kind of seminal moment almost for Xbox, thinking back to the original Xbox with Halo CE. But in the end, I have to make the right decision for the game, for the team, and for the overall platform. And I think the strength of the Halo franchise, frankly, the health and stability of the team as people are working really hard on dates, and you're looking at where the builds are, and are things tracking towards the quality that you want to have in the game. And it's a hard decision. Honestly, it's probably a decision 5 or 10 years ago I couldn't have made inside of the company. But now, with the support that we have on the long-term gaming business at Microsoft and the opportunity, I do have that support to make hard calls, which I think in the long run are good for our platform and good for our studio and good for our franchises.
All right, gamers. So if we take a look over here at Forbes.com, according to Eric Kane, Call of Duty 2020 is being teased to death. Enough is enough already. And I agree. I mean, this is getting out of control. We've seen so many cryptic messages, through Twitter. A bunch of YouTubers and content creators that are popular in the COD community were sent some old school projectors, last week with some more cryptic maps and messages, but enough is enough. So according to Aaron, the 2020 entry, ostensibly titled Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, has yet to be officially unveiled, though leaks and rumors have stuck to it like flies. In a recent investor briefing, Activision said that Warzone, the free-to-play battle royale game attached to Call of Duty Modern Warfare and all upcoming Call of Duty games, has made the company rethink its reveal strategy for this year's Call of Duty. Now, this is big because I was wondering myself, with Modern Warfare wrapping up, is Warzone just dropped, or is it going to hang around? I mean, for me, it's the major reason I kept playing Call of Duty, a month or two after the release. So that's good news there. But let's see here. Previously, Activision would reveal the year's upcoming game earlier in the year, typically with an announcement and a trailer. This year, the approach is radically different. For one thing, in any other year, we would have known about the new game months ago. At least by May, we'd have a title trailer and more than likely a release date. While leaks have given us the title and at least a release window, we still have no official trailer or gameplay footage. Yeah, this is getting kind of frustrating. I mean, I understand you want to hype things up and you want to start a hype train, but at the end of the day, especially in this pandemic world we're in right now, just give us something fun. Give us a spicy trailer that Activision is known for, some explosions, something to get hype about. And according to Eric, he says, instead, we've had this endless teasers almost every day now, when we have some new teaser popping up with coordinates to a bunker in Warzone or some mysterious note or footage or projector slide. And yeah, it's getting old. It's getting old. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm hoping we get some more video and concrete evidence of the game and we move on, because this is getting kind of old. So this has been one of those stories that keeps popping up. You know, allegedly the PS5 can't handle 4K, can't handle 1080p, blah blah blah. But according to Sammy Barker over at PushSquare.com, he put up some news that kind of works on debunking those rumors, which I think is true. I mean, Sony, they may have an issue with the third-party games running as smoothly. They lack a little power compared to the Series X, but the PlayStation it's not going to be struggling to run 4K, especially on exclusives and stuff. But let's take a look. So he goes on to say, if you press your ear close to the social media this week, you heard some rumblings about PlayStation 5's reportedly inability to run games at native 4K resolution. It's been a big topic for days now, but it appears to have come to a head this weekend. And they have a developer who's speaking out against this speculation. And Dusk Golem has been the person who's been putting out these rumors, saying there's been issues. And he says he's been sharing, kind of info that's coming from Capcom Intel for a few months, saying the PS5 is going to run a fake 4K and all this madness. But naturally, it gets a lot of attention. So let's see here. Especially seeing as the vast majority of titles show running on the PS5 during Sony's recent reveal event were rendering a native 4K image, the rumor was picked up by multiple sources, and thus heavy speculation started about the console's capabilities. And like I just said, things got more interesting when Dusk Golem was confronted by a developer asking for more information about the rumor, to which he replied he's not educated enough to know the specifics. He continued, I'm just passing stuff I heard from people working on games for both platforms. So even there, he kind of debunks his own rumors. But when the developers for Quantum Error, Team Kill Media, were asked these questions, they offered the following response. And this is regards to their own upcoming game, Quantum Error. They say it's currently running at 4K 65 to 70 frames per second unoptimized, and they'll definitely be hitting their 4K 60 frames per second, and they'll be much more than just corridors. It's fascinating to us how quickly these rumors can be spread, and when they're based on very little information other than hearsay. And Dusk Golem has doubled down on the rumors he has been putting out, claiming the stuff he said will prove to be true to the best of his knowledge. But I don't think the PS5 is going to be struggling, especially with their exclusives. I think Xbox Series X, yes, will be the better third-party, machine. I think that you'll be smoother frame rates there and probably better graphics. And PS5 will look stunning with their exclusives. But it's not going to be where like it's a muddled mess and the PS5's just crap. I mean, it seems like they're kind of in the PS3 era again with the cell processor, where it's going to take a little while for developers to smooth things out. Hopefully it's quicker than it was with the cell processor. The whole thing was kind of a mess forever, but I think things will be fine. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And our last story of the week is kind of a wrap up on the Avengers beta and the overall kind of impression from the community. So let's jump into it. So we've had a couple weekends now with the beta for this game, and I'm very high on the game still, but a lot of people in the industry overall are saying that it's got some fun aspects to it, with the war table and the leveling up, but they still feel like the combat feels a little wonky. But we'll have to wait and see. I think this is just one of those games of service types games, just like Destiny, where it might falter a little bit in the beginning, but I think overall the polish is going to take a year or so, and I think this game might come out to like a 6.5, 7s, and then maybe be a 8.5, 9 by 6 months to a year down the line. But I'm still really hyped, and the game looks pretty good, and I think the impressions overall have been pretty positive. But I think some people are still hankering for that single player experience, and they didn't want a games of service. But we'll have to wait and see. So hope you guys are enjoying everything this weekend, and you have a phenomenal week coming up, and I'll hit you guys up soon. Peace.